Hey, BassGeek here. I'm going to be doing a product guide, but it's only going to include things I caught fish on this year. You heard me right. We're going to do some product guides. So I know, Black Friday, Cyber Monday's already passed, but there's all kinds of sales that go on all throughout the year and through the first of the year as you get into the expos. So what I want to talk about is what rods and reels, what combos did I put together, what stood out to me, and what did I actually catch fish using. You guys tell me what you think. I'm going to do rods and reels, I'm going to do baits, I'm going to do terminal tackle, and I'm going to do accessories. And you might want to show this video to your significant other who may want to get you something for Christmas, because these are going to be the things that I have really put to task this year and really in years past. So these are going to be the rods and reels that I have used day in, day out through 2021 and have caught fish on. So with that being said, let's dig right in. The very first rod and reel I'm going to show you has got to be this. This is a Dixie custom. It is a 7.7 fast. It's called their meat stick. You guys have heard me talk about this probably 100 times, and it is my absolute go-to flipping rod. Now, I've got it paired with a reel that has been on a flipping rod for me for a minimum of 8 years, if not more. Now, is it the best reel to flip with? I'd probably go with their Super Duty or even their flipping reel that they have out now. But this is an LFS. An LFS to me is the workhorse of reels. Best bang for the buck out there. This thing has outlasted the original flipping stick that I had it on. Be sure to check out Dixie Custom. And the great thing about them is they're custom. They'll design anything you want or change up anything you want on their rods and reels. But like I said, this is a 7.5 to 1 and been in the family for a minute. The next combo, we're going to stay right in that kind of flipping, heavy, bottom bouncing bait sort of setups. And this right here has quickly became one of my very favorite setups. This is the Akuma Psycho Stick. This is a 7'6" heavy fast action. This is just my jig rod. So if I'm casting jigs around, sometimes skipping, it's a little long for skipping, but I can skip with it. Generally, this is what I'm going to use. This is paired with actually what is quickly becoming one of my favorite reels, and that is the Akuma Helios SX. The castability of it, number one, is great. The control, it's just a well-built reel. It's quality, it's small, it fits in my hand, the side plate palm's so very easy and it's so comfortable. This is an 8-1 to 1. So, again, this is my casting jig. I'm just throwing around maybe some light cover, some light docks. So I like that 8-1 a little bit better for what I'm doing. But this combination right here, I'm telling you, I cannot be happier with. The rod itself is a little bit longer than what I normally like for a casting jig, but if I'm literally just making casts, this is the combo that I want, and this is the combo that's worked for me this year. So next up on the list is a lose combo. I've actually had this combo for quite a while, and guys, I'm just going to be honest with you. This may be the best cranking combo from top to bottom. I mean, the baits that I can throw on the light lower end on this rod, it's pretty amazing. And then go all the way up to, like a 6XD. I'm not going to go to the 10s, but a 6 and an 8, even an 8 on this, it's extremely doable. David Fritz says it's one of his favorite reels. And if that guy, being the crank machine that he is, says that this is the best cranking reel on the market, I think I'm going to take his word for it. But this is a Lew's Custom Speed Stick. It is a 7'10" medium heavy moderate action. So the moderate action is really what allows you to get some great casts. And then the BB1, not the Pro, the original BB1, man, this thing casts like a dream. Now I am running it on a 6'4", so I run my cranks on kind of the all-around crank rod, which is what I consider this, a good all-around crankbait rod. This is what I like to run, is that 6'4". I can slow down a little bit and I can speed up a little bit, so it gives me the best of both worlds. Everything I use on these past two rods, it's all K9 fishing line too, by the way. Discount and everything, links to all this stuff will be in the description. This I go primarily 10-pound test, K9, 100% fluorocarbon, the Pro stuff. It's just the first crankbait combo that I reach for in my boat. Over the past 2 years, you guys have gotten really familiar with this little combo. This is a Sticks Fishing number 3. This is what you see me throw a lot of my light topwaters on, especially my Rico poppers. This combo is truly amazing, and this reel, which is the SLX-DC, is a 7-2-to-1 reel. Guys, the SLX-DC, this reel is worth every red cent you give for it. I'm telling you, every red cent you can pay for this, pay it. I'm telling you, this rod is so impressive, and I can think of so many things that you can use it for, from literally weightless soft jerk baits, weightless Senkos, if you want to throw them on a bait caster and not a spinning reel. I really think this rod can handle that. This rod has an incredible backbone for the amount of tip that it has. This particular rod is a 7-foot medium power with a moderate fast tip. So it's got a nice soft tip, which is why I love to use it with those Rico poppers, those treble hook baits, because it's got enough backbone to get a good hook set. It's got enough tip to fight those fish in, and you've seen a lot of that out of this. So this is a great rod and reel combo. Like I said, I plan on buying at least 1 to 2 more of these SLX DCs for specific things. And shout out to my boy Tackle Junkie. He was talking about how well they skip. So if you're having problems skipping docks, SLX DC will apparently cure any problems of backlash you have. Up next is another Akuma combo. This combo is the Tournament Concepts, okay? This rod is actually the flipping or jig rod that they have, but I've used it for something a little bit different. Now, I also am using the Akuma Helios SX. This combo is where I started falling in love with this reel. I mean, I don't even have to adjust it anymore. I mean, I just make a cast with it, as long or short as I want. But I use this combo for my wobble heads. And you guys will learn my wobble head, it is a go-to bait for me. It has been for years. I can do so many different things with it. It's incredible. This rod itself is a 7.6 because I do like to use a wobble head out on the ledges during the summer, so I like a rod that I can throw a little bit farther. Now you can scale down to a 7 and fish shoreline with it real easy. It is a heavy fast action, so it's a heavy power fast action rod. This is a great combo. The reel itself, it is a 6-6 to 1. I don't want a reel that's too fast. Actually, I want a little slower reel. 6-6 to 1. If I'm throwing this 3/4 up a little bit shallow and working it out to deeper, will allow me to keep it from really getting hung and sinking into that shallower bottom. And then when I get out deeper, I can slow down and slow roll. Guys, I've just not had the first problem out of these reels or out of these rods. So I'll keep you updated. Next up is a rod and reel that I'm sure you're familiar with, and I'm sure you're going to be surprised that it actually has something to do with swim baits, right? This is my go-to A-rig rod. It is a Lew's Custom Plus Speed Stick. But I also have a BB1 Pro on here. So this is the BB1 Pro. This is a really weird action rod. I'm going to be the first to tell you. This rod is a medium heavy. Now mind you, it's a 711 medium heavy, moderate fast action. So Lew's has got a really weird thing where they kind of make their rod actions sometimes kind of weird. But I will tell you, this rod has got a really crazy tip to it. I mean, a super soft tip, but it's great for using the smaller A-rigs, which is what I like to throw a lot of the times. Again, this reel is a 6-4-1. So again, a nice slow reel. A lot of times when I tell guys, you know, start out with an A-rig, sometimes start out, especially if you're fishing it out deeper or steeper banks during the wintertime, start out with a 5-speed. If you're fishing shallow, like you've just got a ton of shallow flats, like the areas I was kind of fishing down in South Carolina, you may even want to go with the 6-8 version of this or a 7-1. But this is a great rod. I have caught a ton of fish, some really good fish on this exact combo. Got to give a big shout out to my guy, Shane's Baits, one of my very favorite A-rigs out on the market. And again, the line I use on this, a little bit different line. It's the Fluoro Clear because it gives you a little more stretch so you're not snapping off baits as much. Trust me, you'll appreciate this. Generally, I'm going to use 15-pound test. That's right. So now we're going to get into the spinning combos. Spinning combos, really, I've got two, guys. Now we're going to start with the Akuma ITX. This little spinning reel right here has done nothing but impress me. I am as impressed with this reel as I could be and as I have ever been with any spinning reel. It's smooth, the drag is smooth, it just works well. So far, I'm not getting line under the spool a lot, I'm not getting line hung around every single thing that spins. It's just been a good quality reel and I've enjoyed fishing with. I've coupled it with a great rod. I mean, a great rod. This is the Sticks. This is the number 2 rod. So this is their little heavier duty spinning rod, but it's a 7'2". Love the length on that. Love that 7'2". It is a medium, moderate fast. So it's got a nice little soft tip, but I'm telling you, it's closer to the fast than it is the moderate. But I love this, and I'll tell you where I really, really love this, and you're probably watching it right now, when I fish my little swim baits. This thing is killer for that. Okay, you guys have seen me use this for everything from what it is rigged up as right now, which is a Damiki rod, to a drop shot combo, to a, I use this for my SpyBaits. This combo right here is probably my go-to favorite combo. The reel, I may be leaning toward the Akuma right now because I don't know if you can see, but we're starting to get a little bend. But it's a great reel. I've had this reel now for 3, maybe 4 years, so I really can't complain about it. It is a 6-2-1, so it is that faster action that I like. 4 things like a drop shot and a Damiki. Like the color of it. So this is a custom speed stick. It is a medium light, but it's really got plenty of backbone. So I really don't know where they quite get the light, but it's an extra fast tip. And I think that's maybe more where the light comes in, is about the mid section of the rod. Now it is only a 6'10". Generally when I'm throwing SpyBaits, I like a little longer rod so I can make longer casts. That's why this is great for vertical presentation during the winter time. It's what I primarily use it for. But sometimes when you're out there on the water, you gotta fly by the seat of your pants, right? So you throw a SpyBait on it. But again, great little combo. Mock, Crush by Lew's, and the custom speed stick. And again, I'm using the high vis braid, 10 to 15 pound test from K9, and then their 100% fluorocarbon. So that's my buyer's guide. You know, my opinion is, if you can't prove that it works and you ain't used it enough, why are you talking about it, right? So I think I've more than proved these combos have done me right throughout the year. All right. Any sort of questions and comments in the comment section below. You guys know I love to talk fishing with you. Tell me about some of your favorite combos that have worked out and you've caught fish on this year. Kind of your go-to. You built that confidence in those combos, so those are the first things you reach for. Like it if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you ring that bell so you get the notifications when these videos come out. And as always, you guys rock.